Hold on to your seats, folks, because the box office is seeing a shakeup. It looks like Chainsaw Man, the movie Ree's arc, is slicing its way to the top, leaving other contenders scrambling for second place. But here's where it gets controversial. Is anime finally taking over mainstream cinema, or is this just a flash in the pan? This Japanese anime feature is making a huge splash, projecting a Friday debut of $8 to $9 million from 3,003 theaters. Experts are now predicting a weekend opening of $14 to $15 million, possibly even higher. That's significantly better than initial expectations. What's fueling this frenzy? Well, the film currently boasts a rare perfect score, a 100% critics rating, and a 99% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Plus, it's getting a stellar 5 out of 5 stars from post-track exit polls. That's practically unheard of. This kind of reception practically guarantees word of mouth will be strong. Produced by MAPPA, this R-rated flick is based on the wildly popular anime TV series, which you can stream on Disney+, Crunchyroll, and other platforms. Chainsaw Man already has a global gross of over $64 million since its release in Japan last month. Sony and Crunchyroll are distributing the film domestically and in select international markets. Originally, Chainsaw Man was expected to duke it out with Black Phone 2 for the top spot, with predictions placing both in the $11 million to $12 million range. But after raking in $3.4 million in Thursday previews, Chainsaw Man has surged ahead. Now, the real battle is for second place. Black Phone 2 is facing stiff competition from two newcomers, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, and the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel, Regretting You. Early Friday numbers suggest all three films could land somewhere between $9 million and $12 million. It's a nail-biter. And this is the part most people miss. How much will the World Series impact box office numbers? The Los Angeles Dodgers are battling the Toronto Blue Jays, and while NFL games typically present a bigger challenge to moviegoing, Los Angeles is a major movie market, especially for anime. Plus, the first two games are in Toronto. Will sports fans choose baseball over the big screen? Only time will tell. So what's Chainsaw Man all about? The story follows Denji, a teenager and demon hunter who meets a grim fate at the hands of the Yakuza. But, in a twist of fate, his chainsaw-powered devil dog, Pachita, sacrifices himself, resurrecting Denji with the power to transform into a chainsaw hybrid. Expect plenty of action, but also a surprisingly tender teenage romance with the arrival of the mysterious Reza. However, their love story takes a dark turn, leading to battles that could devastate Tokyo. It's a wild ride. Tatsuya Yoshihara directs, with a screenplay by Hiroshi Seko, based on Tatsuki Fujimoto's original story. As THR's review puts it, it's safe to say that manga and anime fans won't be disappointed, even if they'll inevitably be nitpicking about one narrative aspect or another. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, the Bruce Springsteen biodrama, earned $850,000 in Thursday previews. Not a huge surprise for a film geared toward an older audience. The critic score on Rotten Tomatoes is currently at 66%, while the audience score is much higher at 83%. Playing in 3,460 cinemas, Springsteen should benefit from 250 IMAX runs and 750 premium large-format screens. Jeremy Allen White stars as the boss, delivering, according to THR, a raw and internalized performance. Jeremy Strong, Stephen Graham, and Odessa Young also star in Scott Cooper's examination of the aftermath of a blockbuster tour that led to Springsteen's most personal album. Paramount opted for a special fan event for Regretting You instead of traditional Thursday previews. They hosted a screening at AMC Lincoln Square in New York City, which was streamed live to 500 theaters nationwide, followed by a Q&A with the director and cast. Playing in 3,593 locations, Regretting You is the second Colleen Hoover adaptation after It Ends With Us. Described as a romantic drama that explores living life to the fullest, Regretting You could benefit from a lack of female-focused films in theaters. However, it will need strong audience scores to overcome generally negative reviews. Constantin Films produced and financed the movie, with Paramount handling domestic and some international rights. The film is also launching in 40 international markets this week. In the specialty box office, Neon is releasing Shelby Oaks in 1,823 locations. This marks the directorial debut of YouTube movie critic Chris Stuckman. The found-footage horror film is projected to open in the $2 million to $2.5 million range. Notably, it raised $1.4 million via Kickstarter, the highest amount ever for a horror title on the platform. So, what do you think? Is Chainsaw Man a sign of things to come for anime in Hollywood? Will Regretting You overcome its negative reviews and find an audience? And how much will the World Series affect the weekend box office? Share your predictions in the comments below.